Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year, everybody. I am live, coming to you live this morning. I got my tea here, a little bit of Earl Grey to get me going. Hope everybody is having a fantastic morning. Fantastic morning. This is my third day in a row of going live. I'm here to answer your questions and to say hi to you and give you some encouragement and love and support and try to answer any questions you have about immigration. There is so many things happening right now when it comes to immigration. So many changes about to happen. Good morning, Yeyi Osman. Good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning. Hope all is well with you. Maggie Castillo. Good morning. Amdeep, how are you doing? All our friends on YouTube, friends from the Bahamas. Oh my God. So happy to see everyone. I'm here in Palm Desert with my family, and we are hunkering down. It's a difficult time for so many people, and we feel very fortunate to be able to be at home and to be safe. And I hope everybody out there, a little bit. I just want to talk a little bit about my motivation. The reason I'm so passionate about helping people like you is that I want everyone to be able to be together with their family. When I'm at work and I don't see my children during the day, I miss them just during the day. So I can't imagine. I have cases where people are away from a woman who's away from her daughter, another people who are away from their fiance, their husbands, their wives. And it just breaks my heart. And I have so much sympathy for what people are going through. And I'm that's what I'm all about. I'm doing it. I'm helping people. Let me see if I can answer a few questions. Here's a great question from Oksana Hendricks. Hey, Josh, do you think Biden will reverse Trump's travel ban, even though he didn't specifically say that? Absolutely, 1,000% he's going to reverse the travel ban. That will be gone on January 20th. It's going to be obliterated. Definitely. Amy, thank you for coming back. And I sent Amy a personalized video the other day to explain to her what's going on with her case. And she's a lovely grandmother who needs to hold her little bundle of joy. And I FaceTime with my parents every day, so at least they can see their grandkids through FaceTime, and that's the best we can do right now. Abid, good morning, my friend. Snowball Jeep, good morning. Jacqueline, coming to us from Philadelphia. Welcome. So here's a question from Paul. He says, been waiting since March 2020 for my wife's visa. What can we do? She's stuck in Vietnam. So visa delays are my thing, my issue. They're what I'm very passionate about. And everybody asks me some version of this question. My visa is delayed. What do I do to get it unstuck? And essentially, there are two ways to get a delayed visa approved. One is to take your hands and sit on them and keep waiting, and maybe someday the agencies will get around to processing your visa. Paul, I am not a fan of this approach. What you should do is you should sue them, and that's what I do. That's the focus of my work as a lawyer. I sue people. I sue not people, really. I sue agencies. I sue the Department of Homeland Security, USCIS, the FBI, the consulates, the National Visa Center. I sue them all. And the reason I sue them is they're not doing their jobs. They're not processing visas. Paul has been waiting since March of 2020 for his wife's visa, and she's in Vietnam. she should be with him in the U.S. Paul is probably a citizen or a green card holder and has a legal right to petition for his wife. The agencies are not doing their jobs. They're using the coronavirus as an excuse not to process visas. Trump has been running around the country for the past year saying the coronavirus is no big deal. It's just like the flu. It's going to disappear any day. We need to play college football. We need to play the NFL. Everything needs to be open. Go back to school. Don't worry about the coronavirus. But when it comes to issuing visas, no, they want to slam the door on everyone. And that's not right. That's not fair. It's not consistent. It doesn't make any logical sense. So that's my long-winded answer for you, Paul. Good morning, Joe. Hope the Bahamas are treating you right in 2021. Yesterday was the first sunset of 2021. I think I posted it in the community section of my YouTube page, which I plan on doing more with. And let me see if I can go to some more questions I have. Ali, hello from a police officer, JD from New Jersey. Are you a police officer with a law degree in New Jersey? JD, Juris Doctor? I'm not sure, but good morning to you. Looking very fresh. Yeah, I'm outside on the patio here. My kids are running around screaming, so I thought I would take it into the open air today. Let's see what our friend Kashif from Facebook says. My parents have been rejected through the consulate in Islamabad for the visit visa multiple times. I sent you an email as well. Well, Kashif, visitor visas are hard to get. And if they've been rejected multiple times, maybe you need a new approach. Maybe the visitor visa is just something else that you need something else of. So I guess my question for you, my brother, would be, what other visa can we get for them? Are you a U.S. citizen, or do you have brothers or sisters who are U.S. citizens? Could someone petition for your parents to help them get green cards? Is that a possibility? Let's explore that. Let's explore that. Godwin, good morning from New York City. I love New York City. It's my favorite place on the planet. New York City. I love cities. I'm a city person. I want to be in a big, crowded city with people. Hong Kong, Shanghai, New York, Los Angeles. The pandemic is not a good thing for this sort of place, but hopefully we'll get the vaccine and cities will bounce back. Let's see what other questions we have. Chosen One, hello from Jamaica. I love Jamaica. I love it. I went to Jamaica for my honeymoon years ago. We stayed in the grill on the cliffs, and the people were beautiful and kind, and it was great. And so I love Jamaica. Let's see. Our friend from Bangladesh. A case is stuck at the NVC from last June 23rd. My friend from Bangladesh, you need to file a lawsuit against the consulate, against the agencies. I think you're wasting your time. If your case is stuck at the NVC since last summer, contact me. Let's sue them, and let's get your visa approved. Mohammed, I like you. I like you too, Mohammed. Thank you. Thank you. It's a very positive, a lot of positive energy coming out on my live feed today. I'm trying to go live more often. I think I'm going to go live as often as I can, every day around 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here in California. I'm going to try and go live because I believe it's a good thing to do. Please forgive me, but there's a lot of noise coming out now. There's like someone's cutting the grass or something. I don't know what's going on, so forgive me. Hopefully it's not too annoying for you. How can you help me stay in the U.S. if I come to the U.S. on a visitor visa? Explain my best options. Wow. It's a big topic, but if you come into the U.S. as a visitor visa, you're only allowed to stay for a visit. So you have to find something else to switch to. You could go to school and become a full-time student. You could marry a U.S. citizen if you are in a relationship with someone. If you're afraid to return to your home country for certain reasons, you could explore asylum. Those are a few quick ideas for you. And let's go back to Paul. I heard you say I should sue after 12 months. Should I wait until March? If you filed your visa petition in March of 2020, then you should file the lawsuit just after that. So not today, but in March of 2021, which is only less than, maybe 90 days from now. Yeah, so you should wait for that 1 year mark. Good clarification. DJ, good morning from Jamaica. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see what other questions we have here. Gopal says, can we travel more with advanced parole TPS? What might happen to TPS in Nepal? Okay, TPS. First of all, for people who don't know, what is TPS? TPS stands for Temporary Protective Status. Trump hates this and is trying to end TPS for everyone. And what happened is Trump's not going to be president anymore on January 20th. So I think that TPS is here to stay and will probably be something that's going to stay around for a while. Can you travel with advanced parole with TPS? The answer is yes. One thing, though, that I'm a little bit reluctant to give people my blessing for travel is that there are a lot of problems right now with the coronavirus in terms of traveling. And let me give you an example of exactly what I mean. I have a client who is in Mauritania. I helped him get his visa. He had an O1 visa that was stuck, and I helped him get the visa approved through a lawsuit. He was traveling from Mauritania to the United States, and he went through transit in Paris, Charles de Gaulle Airport. And there's a travel ban that relates to the coronavirus, and the U.S. government won't allow people in the U.S. who are in the Shenzhen region. And because he went through transit, he was not allowed to enter the U.S. So those are the sorts of things that frighten me about traveling right now. In other words, let's say you travel to Nepal and you're going to stay there a couple of months. Well, what if a couple of months from now they implement some sort of new ban or travel restriction? That sort of thing concerns me. So be mindful of that. Chris from YouTube, should my boyfriend in Pakistan apply for a visitor visa, or is the embassy so backed up that we should apply for a fiance visa? Well, it's hard to say. I would have to know a little more before I can give you advice. But what I would say, Chris, is that I'm generally skeptical that the visitor visa is a good path for someone who's engaged to get married. In other words, if you're already engaged to get married, I would just file for the fiance visa. Two general requirements that you need to be mindful of. Number one, to get a fiance visa, you have to be a U.S. citizen. And number two, in general, you have to have met your fiance within the last 2 years. So that's a couple things. I'm sorry for the buzzing noise again. I'm next to an area like a park, a golf course, where they're cutting the grass, so I apologize. Here's a question from Jay. Thank you for your question, by the way. If I travel international, can I travel internationally if I have my N400 application in process? The answer in general is yes, but you have to show that you're living in the United States continuously. So what you don't want to do is file your N400 and then leave the U.S. and stay outside the U.S. for an extended period of time, or you also don't want to travel so frequently while it's pending that it raises questions about where you live. So that would not be helpful. Should we wait until January 20th to submit for a work visa? No, you shouldn't wait at all. I'm not a fan of waiting. I don't like waiting. Waiting just leads to more waiting. That's something I tell almost everyone. So if the question is, should I wait? The answer is probably no, in my opinion. Josh, here's a question from Aldith. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Thank you so much. Josh, can you add your 20-year-old unmarried child to your already approved I-130? The answer is simple. Children under the age of 21 can be added to an I-130 with one condition. The child must remain under the age of 21 until the time of approval. And secondly, and this is important, you have to be a green card holder. So derivative beneficiaries like children are included on an I-130 but no, I think you're going to need a new one. So it says here, no, sorry, I got turned around. Can you add your 20-year-old unmarried child to your already approved I-130? And the answer is yes, if you're a permanent resident. If you're a permanent resident. If you're a U.S. citizen, you'll need to file a separate I-130. Hope that helps. Happy New Year, nice. Nice, Gara. Happy New Year, nice war. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Here we have a question from a friend on YouTube. Marrying to a U.S. citizen is valid in the U.S. They will recognize you as husband and wife legally. Not quite sure what your question is exactly, but if you're in the U.S. and you want to get legally married, you can do so at most city halls. That's usually not too complicated. Congratulations on getting married and getting engaged to get married. When do you think Biden will reverse Trump's extension? So this is a question from YouTube, and the question pertains to the visa ban extension that was issued on just December 31st. December 31st, Trump extended the visa ban until March. I think it will be removed immediately after Biden is elected president. Here we have Joyce. Hello, Josh. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Joyce. How long does it typically take to get asylum before approval? How long typically does asylum filing take before approval? I think your question is, how long does it take for an asylum application to be processed and approved? That takes a very, very long time. I have no idea right now. Several years for sure. Hopefully that's something that will change under Biden. We have Meet Thakar. Sir, how to extend a B1, B2 visa? There's an application, it's called an I-539, and you can request an extension of your visitor visa. But boy, I am not a fan of this. There are a lot of minefields with this. There's a lot of problems, and I think that you should be very, very careful about this. Proceed with caution. Let's see here. Here we have Jay. Do you expect the interview for an F2A visa at Mumbai will take longer or will be faster after the proclamation ends on March 31st? I think it's going to take a long time. These are the sort of cases that I work on and I handle and I file lawsuits for to get people approved. So I think it's still going to take a very long time. I don't think that Biden is going to end the proclamation and then just everyone's just going to get approved right away. I think it's going to take a very long time, and that's why I'm busy filing lawsuits. That's my take on it, by the way. Let's see. Let's see. Unbearable Media. What a frightening little icon you have. Photo. Is it normal for a K1 I-29F to be transferred to Vermont? Yes, I think it is. Here we have Zenobia. I came to the U.S. at 9 years old illegally. I'm 21. I'm still illegal. What can I do? I'm a girl. I think you need to consult with a lawyer and have a consultation. Let me give you a few general ideas, but maybe a live YouTube video might not be the place to get legal advice. But are you married to a U.S. citizen? Do you qualify for DACA? Do you have any immediate family members in the U.S.? These are some ideas that I have for you that I think you should explore in a consultation. Mohammed says, what time NVC working about K1? The NVC is functionally broken, and they've decided not to work on K1 visas generally, and they also are telling people garbage information. They're saying that the proclamation bars the issuance of K1 visas. They're telling people that the consulates are closed. They're giving a lot of information that's totally inaccurate. So that's one reason why we're filing a lot of lawsuits right now. Let's see here. Abid from Lebanon. We have one employee in our office from Lebanon, and we have lots of Lebanese clients. So let me read your question a bit and see if I can answer it. It says, sir, I'm from Lebanon. My uncle is the main petitioner of an I-130 since 2006, approved from the NBC. He doesn't want to sign the I-864 papers, even though we have a joint sponsor. What should I do? Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. If your uncle, who is the petitioner, will not sign the paperwork for the I-864, then your case is dead and cannot proceed and cannot be approved. So you need to have a talk with your uncle, see if you could convince him to do it. Ismail Yusuf, thank you, brother. It says here, refused to expiring soon. When my lawyer sent mail change expiring soon and again refused, ongoing administrative process. I'm not sure what you're getting at here, but the message that people get where it says your case is expired, that is often an incorrect, misleading piece of information. Let's see. Songwi Rita, thank you so much for your question. Good morning and Happy New Year to you, wherever you are. Let me get to your question because I think it's a good one. I'm going to adjust my monitor here. It says, Happy New Year, sir. My husband is waiting for his F2A visa. Can I be qualified for an exception after requesting for expedited processing under very hardship situations in the U.S.? My husband is waiting for his F2A visa. Can I be qualified for an exception? I'm not sure what exception you're talking about. You can always request that your case be expedited under the hardship standard. And expedite requests are not something that I talk about a lot in my videos. I think that would be a good topic for my video. I may make a video on that. Let's see what other questions we have. All right. Karanveer. Hi, sir. My petition was made in March 2018 by my sister. I-130, but the status is now showing the case was received on March 9th. When will the case be approved? Okay, so Karanveer, my assumption is that your sister is a U.S. citizen and that your sister filed a petition for you so that you could come into the U.S. and get a green card. Sibling petitions take a very, very long time, a minimum of, I would say, 10 years. And if you're Indian, I don't know if you are Indian, but if you are Indian, there's a separate category where it takes even longer. I refer to the sibling petition as the retirement visa, because if your sister or your brother petitions for you, you can retire in the U.S. That's how long it takes. Hinda Suleiman, thank you for your question. Happy New Year and good morning to you. Says, hey Josh, I'm a U.S. citizen. I got married. Congratulations, Hinda. I got married to someone who is not in the U.S. and I filed for his visa in July 2020, and I'm still waiting for the process. How can I make it go faster to get him here? How can you make it go faster? Well, I'm sorry it's taking so long. Typically what I do is I wait, and if it's not approved within 1 year, get in touch with me and I can help you with the lawsuit. But I think until then, you have to let the process unfold. Even under the best of circumstances, it's going to take more than a year to get that approved. Here we have a question. I pray soon that the pandemic is over. My fiance wants to come here in the Philippines. Please update when they open for a tourist visa. The consulate in Manila is open. It's open and it's processing visas. So don't let them tell you it's not open. Tilahan, Happy New Year to you. Akunta Tash, if you speak Ethiopian. Akunta Tash. Let's see. Joe says, my daughter's a U.S. citizen. My I-130 is approved. I am just waiting for my interview. I'm in the U.S. on a visitor visa for the holiday. Do I have to return to my country or wait for an interview? That's a great question. That's a great question, Joe. So my assumption here is that your daughter's a U.S. citizen and that you live outside the U.S. and that your daughter filed a petition for you and you're waiting for an interview at the U.S. consulate. Well, if you want to stay in the U.S. and live in the U.S. and get a green card, one option that you might explore, and again, there's a lot of questions that you need to answer before I could give you definitive guidance on this, is, you know, what were your intentions when you came in? But you'd have to file a whole series of other forms, the I-45. You'd have to file an I-45 in the U.S. It's a separate process, but you should explore that. Let's go to a few more questions. Let's see. What other questions do we have? What other things are on your mind, my friends? Vidharv, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year. Here's a question from Sona. Happy New Year to you, Sona, and good morning. On my K-1 visa, they wanted my CV. Is that a bad sign? That's weird. That's weird. Why would they want your CV? I don't understand that. I haven't heard of that before. I'm sorry. I don't know what to make of that. That's strange. Liz, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Here we have a friend who's a French citizen. Bon année. I'm a French citizen and I have to apply for ESTA. I get denied since 2009. I can apply for another one. I need a B2 visa. I need your help. So what I take from this is that you're French and that you had ESTA, but your ESTA was denied, and now you need to apply for a visitor visa. You can do that at the French consulate, at the U.S. consulate in Paris, that's what you can do. And you need to get approved for a visitor visa. You have to show ties to your home country. So if you're a French citizen, you need to show that you have a job in France, that you have family in France, you have a car, you have a house, real estate, etc. Good luck to you. Here we have Bernardo Duran. I was denied for adjustment of status. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Let's see if we can help you get approved. In order for me to figure out how we can get you approved, I'd want to see the denial letter. I'd want to see the denial of the I-45. I'd want to see the denial letter for the I-130 or underlying visa petition. And I'd want to ask some questions. What were the grounds for the denial? What happened? Why did they deny you? Maybe you didn't have a lawyer, or maybe you had a lawyer who was the equivalent of no lawyer. There are many things that we can do to help you out. So I would love to help you. Get in touch with me, and I'll do it. I'll help you out. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Again, Happy New Year. God bless you all. And I'm going to be back live very, very soon. I have lots more videos for you. Take care and have a blessed